So the question is, do God's rules hold me back? In one sense, yeah, they do, but in another, no, they don't. Let me explain. In Jesus' time, there were a lot of laws on the books, something like 613, and there were laws for everything. What kind of food you could eat, what you could do on the Sabbath day, how to wash your hands, how to tear your clothes when a loved one died. There were a lot of rules. And because of who Jesus was and how he taught with authority, the teachers of the law, the Jewish rules, were concerned that he was changing the laws. And so they asked him a lot of questions. They tested him to see if he was really legit. One time when the Pharisees tested him, they asked him which was the greatest commandment. You know, which of all of these rules is the most important one? And he said, to love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your strength. And that the second greatest commandment is to love your neighbor as yourself. Time and time again, he proved them that not only did he know the law, but it was written on his heart. Jesus understood what the law was about. The law is not about modifying behavior, and if you do X, Y, Z, then you are good enough. The law is about interior change. He says, I will write the law on their hearts. Not just the stone tablets of the 10 Commandments, right? He wants to write the law, his rules in our heart. God's law is ultimately about love. It's about interior change. It's about interior joy, interior peace. It's about changing the why we do things, not just the what. God's rules are not intended to hold us back. They're intended to help us live our life most fully, the way that our hearts were designed. God's law is about freedom. He says that it is for freedom I came to set you free. And so he knows that I struggle with things like pride and judgment and just being rude to the people around me. His law is there to free me from those sins, from myself. So do God's rules hold me back? Yes. They're designed to hold me back from living a life of sin, from staying stuck in all of the things that keep me from holiness, that keep me from happiness, that keep me from him. But the thing is, sometimes God's law seems really hard or really difficult, right? There have definitely been moments in my life and the lives of many people I know where we ask, why does the church teach that? It's so hard. But we have to remember, the church is our mother and our guide. She wants what Jesus wants for us. She wants our freedom and our happiness. And God promises that he will not command anything of us that he will not make possible by grace. So there might be things like my own pride that I can't overcome by myself. But through his grace and through the cross and through a friendship with Jesus, he can help me. And this grace flows through his church, through the saints, through the sacraments, through the prayers of everyone in your church community. These are the tools that he's given us, the means of his grace, so that we can experience his divine life. And that we won't experience his rules as a means of holding us back, but a means of freeing us to be the people that we were designed to be. People that live in freedom and proclaim the glory of God with our lives.